You start losing muscle in your 40s, but by the time you're 65, you might have lost up to 30% of your muscle mass. And most people over 50 have no idea it's happening. That's what makes sarcopenia a silent killer. Now that I have your attention, thanks to the clickbait title, and yes, I did that on purpose, let me tell you why this isn't just another video listing the same 5 foods that magically solve everything. This is the first episode of a scientifically grounded, evidence-based video series on muscle loss and aging. I'm a neuroscientist with a clinical background. I dedicate especially to the study of neurodegenerative disease. I've read the studies, and I'm here to break it down for you in plain English, with real solutions, not recycled wellness myths. Sarcopenia is the age-related loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength. It's not just about looking weaker. It leads to frailty, falls, fractures, disability, and it robs people of their independence. It affects both men and women in mid to late life, with prevalence rising from about 5 to 10% in community-dwelling adults over 60, up to 25% or more in those over 80 or in nursing homes. After 40, we lose about 8% of muscle per decade. After 70, closer to 15% per decade. Why does it happen? Sarcopenia stems from a whirlwind of changes at the molecular and cellular levels. Understanding these underlying processes is key to finding better ways to prevent or treat it. As we age, our bodies face glitches in neuromuscular junctions, mitochondrial hiccups, and cells that grow older faster than they can repair themselves. Another critical factor is the imbalance between how much muscle we build and how much we break down. Our satellite cells, which usually help renew and strengthen muscle, start slacking off too. On top of that, chronic low-grade inflammation and an overload of reactive oxygen species chip away at muscle tissue, leading to atrophy. Here's what they don't tell you. Sarcopenia isn't completely inevitable. It's strongly influenced by modifiable lifestyle factors like diet, protein intake, and resistance training. And yet, 99% of the videos on YouTube talk about sarcopenia without mentioning protein, quantity per body weight, or the sex-specific hormonal differences that shape how men and women age. Let me be blunt. Your favorite health influencers and health-related channels, most of them don't read research papers. They just repeat trends, copy what others have said. Most of them have never read a scientific article in their life. They simply copy what others have said, rephrase it, and are full of bias, but not here. Obviously, they are not all like this. On YouTube, there are also experts in their respective fields who provide amazing scientific information. In the next few weeks, I'll guide you through the real science of how aging affects your muscles and what this evidence says about what to eat, how to train, and supplement strategies that actually work. I will share scientific information that can be partly generalized from scientific studies. It remains clear that to receive personalized diets, nutritional plans, or workout programs, you need to contact experts in the sector, because each human is unique and has its own different needs. Who is this series for? If you're 50 plus or care about someone who is, like your parents, this series is for you. Whether you're noticing weakness, feeling slower, or just want to stay independent for decades to come, this info could be the difference between walking on your own or needing help. When does muscle loss start? The decline starts in your 40s, even if you feel fine. By your 60s, you enter the danger zone. Anabolic resistance kicks in. That means your muscles don't respond to protein or exercise as well as they used to. Older adults need more protein per kilo of body weight. Most need 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram per day, not the outdated 0.8 grams per kilogram. Let's be a bit more precise here. To help adults over 65 maintain or rebuild muscle mass and function, the PROT Age Study Group recommends a daily protein intake of at least 1.0 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. For those who are physically active or doing regular endurance or resistance training, the target should be even higher, around 1.2 grams or more per kilogram per day. Older adults dealing with illness, whether acute or chronic, often need 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram per day to support recovery and prevent further muscle loss. The main exception, people with severe kidney disease with an estimated GFR below 30 and not on dialysis. They may need to limit how much protein they consume and should follow their doctor's guidance. Plus, postmenopausal women and older men face different hormonal landscapes, which require different strategies. Why does generic advice fail? Listing 10 superfoods isn't enough. We need to talk about meal timing, leucine, resistance exercise, recovery, and more. We need to think about the 80-year-old who can get stronger, or at least not get weaker, because the science says they can. We will talk about diet, of course. Diets like the Mediterranean diet help, but not just because of olive oil. It's about protein quality, antioxidants, vitamin D, and micronutrients working together. Each video will tackle one big topic, protein and leucine, micronutrients, vitamin D, B12, magnesium, supplements, creatine, omega-3, HMB, resistance training, and behavioral strategies. What lesson can you learn from today's video? Sarcopenia is common, it's dangerous, but it's also preventable. This channel will give you the evidence-based tools to fight it, not with hype and unrealistic expectations, but with science. The information presented in this video is intended solely for educational and informational purposes. It is not medical advice and should not be considered a substitute for a consultation with your doctor or qualified healthcare provider. Although I do my best to share science-backed, evidence-based information, I am human. I can make mistakes, I can misinterpret research, and like all of us, I'm subject to cognitive bias. Science itself evolves. What is considered true today may be refined tomorrow as better data emerges. Please be especially cautious of anyone who claims to hold the absolute truth in health or science. True science is a process, not a belief system. It's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to challenge ideas, even your own. So, if you care about staying strong, independent, and vibrant as you age, hit like, click subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And in the comments, let me know, have you noticed any signs of weakness or muscle loss in yourself or your loved ones? Let's bring real science into healthy aging. See you in the next video.